Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Demystify Selling with Microsoft. And today I'm going to talk about the topic of PAL, or Partner Admin Link. So, this is a concept that it's critical if you, as a partner, play in the Azure world. You understand what PAL is. So, to better help walk through that, let's talk about how partners are incentivized and paid by Microsoft for providing services around Azure. So if you don't know, there's an acronym called ACR, or Azure Consumed Revenue. And what this is it's a way for Microsoft to identify which partners are linked to which customers, and through that link, which partners are driving ACR, or Azure Consumed Revenue, which is one of the most important measures for an Azure partner in the eyes of Microsoft. So if you are focused on delivering a solution and that solution is built on Azure, that solution consumes Azure, then this is a concept that you really will need to embrace and to integrate into your daily process. So if we think about the incentives, whether the customer purchases directly or through a Microsoft sales channel, PAL is still applicable. So you really want to be sure that no matter the vehicle, whether the customer is on a Microsoft customer agreement that they bought directly or they bought it through a partner, if you are leveraging Azure and therefore driving ACR, this motion of PAL is going to be critical for you. So let's talk about what PAL is first. So PAL is the feature that allows a partner to associate their MPN ID, or their Microsoft Partner ID, with their credentials used for the Azure service delivery. So think about that. It's you attaching your MPN ID to that customer, and more specifically to the Azure that that customer is consuming. So by doing that, there's two benefits. First is the tracking influence. So PAL is designed with the product telemetry to understand where the consumption is occurring. And that allows you to connect that consumption back to your partner organization. And at the end of the day, going back to that acronym we talked about, ACR, it allows Microsoft to see the ACR that you have driven as a Microsoft partner. And next is the improved association. So if you think back to some of those legacy associations that partners used to use, like DPOR, Digital Partner of Record, digital DPOR, there were more issues with that type of a tracking mechanism, where it was hard to recognize the work that multiple partners were doing. This is solved with PAL because we can link PAL down to the specific Azure workload, and that PAL can be attributed to the revenue generated through Azure resources and connected back to your partner organization. So you're thinking about that. There's the key features that we that I believe are connected through PAL, or realized through PAL, are the automated influence and tracking via the telemetry that Microsoft can capture through that linkage, the incentives tied to the Azure consumption, the partner activation. I think back to your partner solution designation. This allows you to realize some of those thresholds or those measures that Microsoft has for you to achieve your solution designation. And then one of the biggest leaps forward with PAL is that it supports multiple partners. No longer is this one partner has it, the rest don't, but Microsoft realizes how important it is to have the ability to track multiple partners influencing revenue. So with that, I think that that gives you a high level overview of PAL. So I wanted to pause here and say thank you for joining me on this little PAL journey that we've just taken. If you have any questions about PAL, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I will do my best to respond to those. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a great